Hey, welcome back to Math with Patrick. It's March 28th, and we're solving the 87th problem from this Daily Epsilon calendar together. And as always, the answer is just 28. That's today's date. We need to show that there's 28 multiples of 4 between 55 and 166. Let's see. Definition of multiple. This just means like all the numbers you find when you count by your 4s. And you can start at 0. So multiples of 4 include 0, 4, 8, 12, so on and so forth. And I know that 60 is a multiple of 4 because I just kind of know that 4 times 5 is 20, and if you count by your 20s, you're going to hit 60. So surely if you count by your 4s, you're going to hit 60. And let me count back just a little bit so that I can make sure that I'm including all the numbers I need to. 4 less than 60 is 56. And then 4 less than that will be essentially it's 52, but it'll be too small. It won't be between 55 and 166. So how about why not? I'll just write it here, but then I won't include it. So I do want 56 and then 60. And then let's do the same thing with that 166. Trying to find like a nearby friendly number. Why not? Let's just do that 160. Again, I'm counting by my 20s in my head, and so I know that 160 is going to be a multiple of 4. And then we can count up by 4 more, 164, count up by 4 more, 168, and then that's too big. So I'll need to stop right here at 164. And supposedly, there's 28 numbers here. From 56 to 164, skip counting by your 4s. You're going to encounter 28 numbers, but I don't see that yet. So let me see if I can prove that to myself. Here, I'll rewrite the list. It's 56, 60, and then up to 160, and then 164, and stopping there. I think if I divide every number by 4, I'm going to get a list of numbers that skip count by 1, or essentially it's just going to be a list of natural numbers in order. And so I think dividing this one by 4 would be the easiest for me. There's 5 4s in 20, so there should be 15 of them in 60. And then so there's 14 4s in 56, or in other words, 14 times 4 is 56. And then we're going to go all the way up to 160. I know that there's 4 4s in 16, so that must mean that there's 40 4s in 160. And so this one has to be 41. And so if I wanted to count the number of multiples of 4 between 55 and 166, it's the same thing as just counting the amount of numbers between 14 and 41. And there's a quick math thing you can do here. If you want to count the amount of numbers in a list, you subtract the ends and then add 1. The add 1 thing is important here. I'll just show you a quick example. I've done this in a previous video too. But if we do 8 minus 5, that's kind of clearly 3. But if you count the amount of numbers in this list, there's 4 of them. So if you wanted to count quickly how many numbers you have between 8 and 5, including both, just make sure to add the 1 to count all 4. Doing the same thing here, I can just subtract 14 from 41 as long as I add a 1 at the end, and that's going to count up all the numbers I have between 14 and 41, including both. So doing some borrowing, let's make that a 30 and an 11. 11 minus 4 is 7. 3 minus 1 is 2. And then just remembering about that add 1 to make sure I count all the numbers, I get 28. And that's today's date, so we're all done for today. There's 28 multiples between those two numbers, and we've counted them all. So I'll see you tomorrow, and thanks for coming along, as always, and solving this problem with me. Bye-bye.